This is going to be a guide video in Tycoon RNG. So, this is a game where you roll for certain droppers, upgraders, and furnaces to upgrade your Tycoon. It's basically Souls RNG, but a Tycoon game. It's kinda confusing to play, so I'm gonna be going over the basics in the game, so that you guys can understand on how to play. Let's get stuck right in. When you first join the game, you got roll. What you want to do is click roll, as you can see. And we just got an overclocked lilac processor. So what you get is processors, droppers, and furnaces. The better or rarer processor, dropper, or furnace you get, the more money you make. So this one's pretty rare, gonna keep it. And it's actually a processor, so you can actually add processors just like this, guys. As you can see, you can add processors, you can change them. But listen carefully, guys. If you hover over a processor, some processors add fire and other elements. So this one does add fire for 4 seconds. As you can see, the fire does destroy the ore once the timer does finish. So as you can see, when the ore goes through here, it does set on fire. And then you can actually add another processor that removes fire. So it's basically a strategy game at the same time. I just removed everything off my base. As you can see, when you first start the game, your base should look a little bit like mine. And if you do click on one of these, as you can see, you got the option to place down certain droppers. So I'm going to place down a ice dropper, and I'm also going to place down a crystal mist dropper. So these droppers drop ores, as you can see, and these ores do go down the conveyor, and once it does go here, it will give you money. So what you want to roll for is a furnace as well. So I've got the celestial incinerator. By changing that, as you can see, it does say the value does get times by 5, and also it does get times by 2 if the ore is magnetic. So you pretty much it's a strategy game, guys. You gotta read all of the dropper benefits, because these droppers have benefits and downsides, and you gotta match it to the processors and furnaces. It's kinda hard to understand at first. So, as you guys can see, if you guys start the game, you probably got one of these flame blasters. So look, this does melt certain ores. The flame blaster, as well as the icicle, can't mix because it melts the icicle, as you guys can obviously see. So I'm going to change that. And as you can see, guys, the ore gets set on fire for 4 seconds and it disappears. So you gotta change this. It's a strategy game, guys. You gotta change that over here. So now once it does set on fire, it will go in here before it does burn. If you guys understand, it's kinda hard to understand, but if you guys want the best settings in the game anyway, what I highly recommend you guys doing is copying my settings. So if you guys do copy my settings, every time you auto roll, you will keep the item as long as it's rarer than 500. So you can change this to however you want. I'll say if you're new to the game, put it to 250. The more overpowered you go in the game, keep on changing it up more to 500 than 1000. Skip warning, threshold, 500 as well. If you guys are lagging as well, you can turn reduce lag off. Once you got a certain amount of money, you can actually upgrade your base. I can upgrade my luck burst, upgrade walk speed, and upgrade Tycoon. If you want more luck to get better items around the map, there's cubes. There's cubes that give you double income, double luck, double speed. There's tons of different orbs and cubes that you can get around the map. Get as many cubes as you can, and this is what I highly recommend you doing. So go around the map getting every single cube you possibly can, and once you've got as many cubes as you can actually craft to make auras. It is really worth crafting to get auras, because you can actually keep auras forever, and cubes you can't really keep forever. So you can actually craft auras, as you can see, with the cubes that you got around the map. So I highly recommend you guys using the cubes that you get on making auras. That is really important that you guys go ahead and do that. As you guys can obviously see right here, what we've actually got, guys. what I highly recommend you guys doing is turning on auto roll, because you do get really good stuff like I just got. So make sure you turn on auto roll. It's a green button at the bottom, and you'll be auto rolling. And if you've got the same settings as me, you'll be getting tons of rare stuff. And you can also just AFK with auto on, and you should be getting a ton of rare auras. But at the end of the day, there's how to play the game. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.